Shorthand higher grade 120 words per minute. SBTET speed papers. AP April 1961. Please get ready. Start. I am happy to be here and speak to you a few words on this important occasion of the 6th annual convocation of the Punjab University. I offer my congratulations to graduates of the year who, by strenuous work and disciplined effort, have attained their degrees, and some of them have achieved distinctions also. Your university has had to face many difficulties of an unexpected character. After partition, you had to improvise practically a new university, shifting your teaching departments to different centers and starting new professional institutions. Naturally, your colleges have suffered from overcrowding, bad housing, ill equipped, and inadequate staff. These difficulties affect the maintenance of high standards. Yet, the work which you have done in very difficult circumstances must be to you a matter of pride and satisfaction. I hope that in the new capital, whose building has attracted attention far and wide, the universities will have its permanent headquarters with enough accommodation for its growing needs. Your Chancellor has had great interest in university education, and his experience will be of considerable help to you in your attempts to develop the teaching side and exercise adequate supervision over the affiliated colleges. Building and equipment are not all. Good teachers who are interested in the welfare of the students, who have enthusiasm for their subjects, and who are able to impart it to the pupils, they form the central framework of a university. Our commercial minded generation reserves its respect for those who make money, and so the best ability is drawn into administration, business, and the learned professions. We have to realize that the kind of education we provide for our children is determined overwhelmingly by the kind of men and women we secure as teachers. The low esteem in which teachers are held is the most eloquent evidence of the malady from which our society suffers. We must get the right type of men for the teaching profession, and not the incompetent and the unambitious. Respect for the teachers cannot be ordered, it must only be earned. The next few years will be a testing time, more severe and more exacting than we have known for many years. Political freedom, which we won at much cost and sacrifice, is only an opportunity. It is not a fulfillment. If we are to develop a strong democracy, political, social, and economic, it is necessary for us to work hard and work unitedly. The ideal imposes on us a sacred responsibility. Men are not made democratic by the mere formulation of ideals in the Constitution. They are not made good by mere exhortation. Great ideals of justice, equality, fraternity, and freedom, which we have inscribed in our Constitution, must be woven into the social fabric. We must apply them to the myriad situations of our daily life. Unfortunately, the state of mind in which we found ourselves at the time of political liberation is not marked by revolutionary fervor. The spirit of enjoyment has prevailed over the spirit of sacrifice. We seem to demand more than what we give. There is much evidence of low moral, dissatisfaction, and discontent among people, all leading to serious slackness. We must overcome the spiritual sickness which seems to be enfeebling our community. If we do not change our minds, we cannot change anything. A nation is built in its educational institutions. We have to train our youth in them. We have to impart to them the tradition of the future. Through all the complexities and diversities of race and religion, language and geography, the forces which have made our people into a nation and which alone can keep them one are being shaped. These do not belong to the material sphere. The unity is not one of physical geography. It belongs to the realm of ideas. It is a matter for men's minds and hearts. Our country has suffered when internal dissensions predominated and central unity declined. We used to complain that those who ruled us for centuries adopted the principle of divide and rule. At any rate, it is true that our subjection was due to our division. We must therefore guard ourselves against separatist tendencies of language, religion, and province. It is in the universities that we should develop a cooperate feeling and a feeling of social purpose. Our universities must give inspiration to a generation which stands in sore need of it. In the different branches of our planning effort, we require trained men, and it is for the universities to supply them. Naturally, young people wish to get themselves trained in scientific, technological, and professional courses. Many of the changes that have transformed our daily lives, our hopes and ideals for the future are the results of the dominating role which science has come to play in our lives. No such radical changes have ever before occurred, but an exclusive or one sided emphasis on scientific studies results in grave disadvantages. Power and wealth begin to exercise a kind of intoxication on the minds of men. From the Central Book Depot, New Delhi. Dear sirs, we have the pleasure to inform you that having re-established ourselves here after having been uprooted from Pakistan, we write to express our deepest gratitude to all customers, patrons, and fellow businessmen who have offered us their unstinted cooperation during the last 4 years, not only in India but abroad also. It is due to universal cooperation and frank appreciation of the books published by our firm that we have been persuaded to expand our business at a pace that has astounded many fellow tradesmen in Delhi and elsewhere. Well, the main spring of our expansion has been the best production of books at an economical price and reasonable concession to and firm cooperation from the dealers and individual customers. We sell all kinds of books, whether printed in India or abroad, and an exhaustive list of our stock with full details and prices as well as trade terms can be had by dropping a postcard with your address. We send our sumptuous catalog free of all obligations. We believe that many years of experience which we had in the line and ample means at our disposal will sufficiently warrant your confidence in us to give us a trail order before looking out for alternative sources. You may rely upon our most careful and prompt attention to all orders which we may be favored with. We have in our stock a supply of extraordinary general books which have evoked an enthusiastic interest not only in India but in Ceylon and Malaya also. We have been able to reprint several editions of various books within an incredibly short time, a list whereof is enclosed herewith for your favorable attention. In order to induce you to buy our books, we would give you special terms and will be willing to consider any proposal from you for expansion of your business and cementing our friendly relations if you find that our quotations which we enclose herewith meet with your requirements, we should be glad to enter into negotiations with you for a regular business between us, anticipating a favorable reply. Yours faithfully.